Tales from Space Mutant Blobs Attack is clearly proud of its 1950s B-movie sensibilities. Tortured by ruthless scientists and hungry for revenge, an unnamed space blob takes advantage of his one opportunity to escape, and you proceed to exact vengeance on mankind. But before eating one innocent bystander after another, you'll have to grow to a bigger size than what you consume. Starting off as small as a tennis ball, throughout the game you work your way from being just another blob to being the size of a planet. Tales from Space is a puzzle platformer. In order to advance, you will need to eat enough to be able to bypass the obstacle that is initially too large for you to eat. Jumping around and solving logic puzzles is how you progress through the game. The game alternates between side-scrolling and top-down levels, but both devolve into you eating everything in your way. There is some replay value to be found here though, as you are awarded medals if you're quick and diligent enough. There is no combat to be found here, but since most platformers have simplistic fighting at best, it's an omission that actually makes the game better. Tales from Space isn't particularly long at 5 to 6 hours, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's also a very forgiving experience as, barring being crushed or zapped by lasers, the blob can take a bit of pain before going down. Not long into the game, you also gain the ability to move certain switches and attract or repel from certain surfaces. Be warned though, the keyboard controls can make some maneuvers as twisty as playing the piano, but even if you don't have a controller, the game plays just fine. It also helps that the game is consistently funny.
The many references or parodies to pop culture and indie gaming means you'll be playing with a smile on your face at the very least, and the game's twisted take on 1950s monster B-movies is also quite the treat.
The game's simple style works beautifully, and the outer-worldly music complements the experience wonderfully. It really does feel like an exploitative film, but in all the right ways. Tales from Space Mutant Blobs Attack isn't particularly long or revolutionary, but it's an earnest effort that's worthy of your attention if you can stomach the weird premise and forgive the short length. Blobkind has suffered needlessly, and it needs help on its quest for revenge. What are you waiting for?